Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel techCodio. I am Bharat Kumar. In this video, I am going to explain one of the core principle of object-oriented programming language, which is inheritance, right? So guys, before starting with this video, I'm going to recommend watch these two videos. In the first video, I explained what is paradigm and what is OOP. In the second video, I explained what is class and what is object. So I'm requesting you to watch these two videos and then come back to this video. Because when you have the knowledge of what is paradigm, OOPs, object and class, so then you can easily understand the code of inheritance, right? So guys, I'm requesting you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel and give me some support. So now let's begin the lecture. So guys, let's quickly see the agenda for today's lecture. Firstly, I'm going to discuss what is inheritance, and then I will give you some real world example of inheritance, and then we will see the types of inheritance and the code. And finally, in the end, I'm going to give assignments to you. So kindly wait for the end and do the assignments, because when you do the assignments, your skill is going to improve, right? So guys, you can see here we have the question, what is inheritance? Now let's see the definition for this inheritance. Here you can see when a child class inherits the properties and behaviors of a parent class is called inheritance, right? So first we have to know the meaning of inherits. Meaning of inherit means to take or to receive the property or a right or a title from others. In the definition, when a child class inherits, that means the child is going to take all the properties and behaviors from the parent class. The concept is known as inheritance. We can say it as. Now let's see some advantages of inheritance. For the first one, we have code reusability. We can reuse the code as many times we want to use. And the second one, readability. That means it is very easier to read the code from the top to bottom. And the third one is real world relationships, right? Now let's see the real world example of inheritance. For example, assume that we have a parent and we have a child. The parent is going to give all his properties and behaviors to the child. Properties means house, car, etc. And the behavior means we can say it as character. So the child is going to receive all the properties and behaviors from the parent. Here you can see we have a class A and class B. For the class A, we can say it as parent, and for the class B, we can say it as child. You can see here the class A inherits class B. That means this parent class is going to give all the properties and behaviors to the child class B. Now let's see types of inheritance. First one is single inheritance, and the second one is multiple inheritance. The third one is multi-level inheritance, and the fourth one is hierarchical inheritance, and the fifth one is hybrid inheritance. So before starting with the single inheritance, I want to show you how to create a class and object. Here I want to create a class, and the class name is parent. Here give the keyword class and give the name of class name is parent and one colon. Here I want to print a function display parent name. So when I call this function, it is going to display the parent name. Here pass our variable name. Print this is parent class, comma, pass our variable name. You can see here we have created the class with the parent name. Now we have to create the object. P equal to call our parent class, parent function symbol. Now you can see here the P object is created for this parent class. Now we have to call this display parent name function, P dot display. So guys, you can see it is giving this is parent class, but here we are not getting the output. We are getting something else. That means because we have to pass the name for this parent. So for this parent, I'm going to take A. Just a second. Display parent take 1%, but 2 were given. So guys, here we have to give the self keyword, right? Now pass the name A. Remove this. Now you can see we got the output. This is parent class and the name is A. Like that, we have to create class for the child. Class name is child, def display child name, right? Now pass the self keyword and here give the child name as the variable name. As the parameter, we can say it as. Now print this is the child class, pass the variable name child name. So now you can see we have created class for the child. Now let's try to create object for this child class. Equal to call our child class. Now you can see the object is created. Now we have to call this display child name. C dot display child name and pass here p. Yeah. Now you can see this is child class and the name is p. Right? We got it. So guys, it is a way of creating class and object. So we have created class for the parent and object for the parent and class for the child and object for the child. So guys, with this example, I want to create single inheritance. Now let's see what is single inheritance. You can see in the definition, it contains one child class and one parent class. It is known as the single inheritance. You can see here, we have one parent class and one child class. I want you to copy this code. Now paste here. It is the parent class. Same way, you have to copy this child class. Now paste here. So guys, in this example, it is not the single inheritance. So guys, with this example, I want to create the single inheritance. Just look at this code, how I am doing the single inheritance. Here we have the class parent and here we have the class B. In the definition, you can see child class inherits the properties and behaviors of a parent class. So here we have to pass parent class to the child class. That means it is inheriting parent class. With this super keyword, I'm going to access this display parent name function, parent name, and give here name. We got it right. Now along with that, give the variable name. That's it. So I want to remove this parent object. I want only the child object. So guys, you can see we got this error while creating the object for this child. So here I made this mistake. Just copy this line. Now paste here. With this super keyword, I'm going to access this parent function. So you can see here I pass the parent class as the input to the child class. So after passing this parent class to the child class, then only we can access the display parent name from this class. Now you can see the object is created for this child class. Now I want to call this function c dot display child name. So first you have to give the child name. Child name is p. Now parent name a. Here name. Now you can see it is giving two outputs. This is parent class and the class A, and this is child class. Here we are giving child name and parent name. So guys, you can see here one difference. Here I'm calling this display child name. It has to print only this line, but it is printing this line also. Why? Because we are connecting this parent class to this child class. So with this super keyword, I'm calling this function also. So that's why it is printing these two lines, right? Object for this parent p equal to parent p dot display parent name and give here a. Now you can see in the parent class I have only this function. So that's why it is printing only one line. But I want to call this child name. You can see here we got one error. Parent object has no attribute child name. So guys, if you remove this parent from the child, you can see it is going to give one error. Super object has no attribute display parent name. So that's why we have to give parent as the input to the child. Now you can see we got the output. So it is a concept of single inheritance. Second one, we have the multiple inheritance. It involves more than one parent class. You can see in the diagram, we have two parent class 1 and parent class 2. So this child class is going to inherit this parent class 1 and this parent class 2. Now let's see the coding for this multiple inheritance. First we have to create class for the parent 1. Parent 1. For the parent 1, I want to create one function if display parent 1 name self and parent 1 name. Here print one message. This is parent 1 name. Give the parent 1 name variable name. Like that I want to create class for the parent 2 parent 2 display parent 2 name self parent 2 name print this is parent 2 name and call our parent 2 name variable. So guys, you can see in the diagram it has two parent class and one child class. You can see we have created two parent class. Now we have to create the child class child if display child name. This is child name. We have created two parent class and one child class. Now I want to create separate objects for this separate classes. P1 for parent 1, P2 for parent 2, and C for the child. We have created object for these classes. I want to call this display parent name function. The parent name is called and give here A. You can see we got this output from this class. Like the same way I want to call display parent 2 name. Give here B. Yeah, we got output from this class. Like that same way call this display child name. The child name is C. Yeah. So guys, you can see we got this three outputs from these three classes, right? Now remove this and as well as this objects also. So guys, now we have to implement this multiple inheritance concept. Here pass the two classes parent 1 and parent 2, right? With this super keyword I'm going to access these two functions from the parent 1 and from the parent 2. In the parent 1 we have display parent name and name. In that function we have name. Same way with the super keyword display parent to name and give here name. Now I want to create only one object for this child class child. Now I want to call this function display child name. C dot display child name. In that I want to pass name for this parent 1, parent 2 and the child class. For the parent 1 I have A, for the parent 2 I have B, and for the child I have C. Let's see we are going to get some error or not. You can see we got some error. It takes 2 but 4 were given. In this function we have to pass this parent name as well parent 2 name and remove these names. Parent 1 name and parent 2 name. Yeah, we got it right. Now you can see we got these three outputs only with one object. So you can see I have created object for this only child class, but I'm getting this two out because in the child class I have passed these two classes parent 1 and parent 2, right? With this super keyword I'm going to call this two functions display parent 1 name and display parent 2 name. So these two functions is going to return these two print functions. So guys, it is a concept of multiple inheritance. It contains two parent class and one child class. For the third one we have multi-level inheritance. Just have a look at the definition. The child class acts as a parent class for another class. You can see in the diagram we have one parent class. This parent class acts as a parent for this child 1. So then this child 1 acts as a parent for this child 2. So guys, now we have to write the code for this multi-level inheritance. Firstly we have to create one parent class grandparent. Grandparent name is my function name. Grandparent name. This is grandparent name. It is one parent class. Now we have to create child class 1. Class parent. It is the child class 1. Now I want to create one function for this parent. Parent name. I want to print this is parent name. So here we have to pass grandparent name as the input to the parent. Here I'm passing this class to this child class 1. I want to give here one more parameter, grandparent name. With the super keyword, I'm going to access this grandparent name function. Dot grandparent name function. Grandparent name. We got one error. Just a second. Here we have to give the comma. So guys, you can see we have created parent class and one child class. This child class 1 is going to inherit this grandparent. Now we have to create child class 2, class child. So in this child class, I have to pass this parent, because you can see in the definition, child class act as a parent class. So for this parent, it is the child class. Now this child class 1 act as a parent for this child class 2. If child, I want to pass parent name along with that child name. With the super keyword, I'm going to access this parent name function and pass the parent variable. Print this is child name. Now give the child. You can see we have created these 3 classes. I want to create object for this grandparent. Grandparent. For the grandparent, we have this function grandparent. I want to give G as the grandparent name. So guys, you can see we got this output from this function. Like that same way, I want to create parent object. So in the parent class, we have this parent function. In that, we have to pass these 2 names, grandparent name and parent name, G and P. In this parent class, we have this grandparent function also. So that's why it is giving these 2 outputs. Like that same way, I want to create child object. In the child, I want to call this child function. So in the child function, we have these 2 names, parent name and child name. For the parent, I want to give P, and for the child, I want to give C. Yeah, I got one error. Parent is required one parent name. So guys, you can see here in the parent function, we have grandparent name also. So here we have to pass grandparent name also. We have to pass grandparent name G and parent name P. Yeah, here also we have to give grandparent name. Yeah. So guys, now you can see I got these 3 outputs. So in the child class 2, I'm passing this parent class. In the parent class, I'm passing this grandparent class. So for this grandparent class, I'm getting only one output. For this parent, I'm getting these 2 outputs, grandparent name and parent name. For this child, I'm getting grandparent name, parent name and child name. So guys, it is a concept of multi-level inheritance. At the number 4, we have hierarchical inheritance. It contains one parent class and more than one child class. You can see A is the parent class and then B, C, D are the child class. So for this diagram, we have to create one example, parent class. In the parent class, I want to print only one function, parent. Here I'm not taking any variable names. In this example, I'm not taking any parameters or variables. This is parent class. Now I want to create child class, child A. So for the child A, I'm going to pass this parent class. If child A, print this is child A class. Now class for the child B, child B, pass here parent. Def child B, this is child B class. Now we have to create child C class. Further also we have parent only, child C, print this is child C class. For this parent class, we have these 3 child classes. For this parent, we have 3 classes, child A, child B and child C. Now I want to create object for this parent class, parent. Now I want to call this p dot parent. In the parent class, we have this function, parent function. Now we got this output. For the child A, one class. For the child class, we have this function A, right? So you can see it is going to print this function. So for the object C1, I can call this parent function also. So guys, now you can see with only one object I'm calling this function and as well as this function. In the child I'm passing this parent class. That's why I'm getting this function also. Like that, we have to create same for the child 2 also. For the child 2, we have to give here child B and as well here P. Yeah. Now you can see this is child B class and this is parent class. Like that, we can create same for the child C also. You can see we got this output child C class. So guys, you can see I have taken the parameters. So that's why I have given this super keyword. So with this super keyword, I can call this function directly in this function. So while we call this function, we are getting this two outputs. With the help of this super keyword, we can directly call this function. But here I'm not using the super keyword, right? We have to call here manually this function and this function, right? So we are done with the hierarchical inheritance. So guys, at the number 5, we have the hybrid inheritance. It is the combination of hierarchical and multi-level inheritance. You can see in the diagram, we have the parent class and we have child class 1 and we have child class 2. So these two classes act as the parent class for this child class 3. You can see we have the code here. It is a parent class, right? It is a child 1 and it is the child 2. So for the child 1 and child 2, I'm going to pass this parent. So for this child 3, I'm going to pass child A and child B as the parent. You can see in the definition, it is a combination of hierarchical and multi-level inheritance. So guys, I hope you guys all are familiar with the definition of multi-level inheritance. So here it is a parent class, and so for this child A and child B, I'm going to give the parent as the parent. For the child C, I'm going to give child A and child B as the parent class. Just a second, we have to give child. I want to create object for this child C only. In the child C, I have this function child C, right? Along with that C3 dot. Now press on the tab button. So guys, you can see in the child object we have this 4 functions. Now we have to call this class A. We got this class A, and as well as we can call this class B also, and as well as we can call this parent class also. So guys, in the child C, we have these 4 functions. So guys, you can see here we are getting child and child B function from the child B function, but in the child A and child B, I am passing parent class. So that's why this parent function is going to come into this child C. Now I want to create object for this child A. Now C1 dot. Now press on the tab button. In the C1 we have only child A function and dot tab parent function. But with the C1 I can't access child B. We got one error. So when you want to access this child B, you just have to pass this child B. Then you can call this child B also. Yeah, now you can see we got this child B also, right? So guys, we are done with the definition, and we are done with the real world example, and we are done with the types of inheritance. So guys, now it is time to do the assignment, right? Here you can see I have this code. This is the code. You have to do the assignment, right? But this code have some errors. Here you can see in this code, you have to fill this blank, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this. So now I want to execute this code. I'm getting these errors. So guys, I want you to fill these blanks and get the correct output. So guys, after filling these blanks, I want you to execute the code. So if you got the correct output, I want you to copy the code and then paste corrected code in the comment of video, right? I'm going to check your code. So guys, we are done with the concept of inheritance. I'm requesting you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel and give me some support, and as well as like this video. Share this video to your friends.